Growing up, I was always asked, what does your name mean? Where does it come from? And it's Arabic. It literally means word of God, sign of God, the symbol of God. And there's beauty in loss and gaining of wisdom. You can't have one without the other.
We've all heard the controversial male podcasts. I mean, Andrew Tate was one of the biggest controversial subjects in the Ummah, Muslim communities and cultures across the board. I was thinking, you know what? I think we should watch some today. And I'll give my 2 cents. Let's debunk and let's talk about some of those subjects that males want to talk about. Let's get into it. This is Kalima of Wisdom.
People in the chat are wondering how old you guys are because you said that you're married.
Yeah, I'm 22.
Rami, how old are you, Fayed?
I'm 25.
You're 22 and married?
Yeah.
How normal is that in the Muslim world?
Very normal, bro.
It's normalized, but it's not done as often as it should be.
It's normal, but it's not mainstream.
Yeah, people still wait till they're 25 to 30 when Islam encourages you to get married ASAP.
Early, not ASAP. Early. Early can mean different for everyone.
Yeah, bro. There's a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ went to the shabab, the youth, the kids, and he told them, if you have the ability to get married, then get married. If you can't, then fast, because fasting is going to diminish that hunger, that lust that you have, make it more manageable and controllable.
Now, I will say that fasting is certainly a strong way to really water down the urges and the hunger for lust in all of the different ways. We lust not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, companionship. And I think fasting from food, from water, or just from cursing, or from listening to music or certain types of music, from consuming social media, it really can just water that down and allow yourself to, inshallah khair, focus on whatever it is you need to focus on to get your mind off of that. So, I mean, okay, these are some educated brothers here. I do think that 20 to 25, I know a lot of people who are in year marriage from that, my mom and my dad included. But times have changed, honey. I don't know if that's considered ASAP or early. A lot of people are independent, especially women. So yeah, another controversial one, but beautiful explanation.
You don't tell your wife that I love you. Who are you telling I love you to? A lot of people just don't have time to show love.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have the wrong excuses. And that excuse is, for example, I'm going to the mosque.
Yeah.
Wallah, we'd love everyone to go to the mosque. But sometimes you need to be with your wife.
100%.
You can't be at the mosque 24/7. Well, I've read numerous hadiths and stuff, and these are all coming directly from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where you...
Is this man saying that you don't need to go to the mosque, you should be with your spouse more? I don't know. I'm hoping that's not what he's saying, because it's making me even think about how it just goes into a whole nother subject of how sisters aren't supposed to necessarily required to go to the masjid. So now we just not going together. We just gonna do plan B.
Being at home with your wife at times is more rewarding than going to the mosque and worshipping and doing sujood. There is so much reward in spending quality time at home with your wife.
Yeah.
A lot of people find an excuse.
Okay, so you may not go to the mosque every day, but I hope he's saying that Juma is exempt.
You are doing nothing.
Yeah.
You are doing nothing apart from what? Pretending you're a man. Wallah, I don't think you're a man if you have no love for your missus, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
It makes you manless, makes you loveless, careless, vicious.
Okay, I think his heart's in a good place. Should a man help with the housework? Let's see.
So do the damn dishes, man. Cook my dinner, man. What's this long thing? Do you know what I mean?
She is taking value away from me.
What if she's not?
She is. I'll explain to you how.
Firstly, as a man, it is your duty
Islamically to provide.
It's like a woman coming to me and saying, like you said earlier, like, is she, like, you know, you got to protect me if a man calls me a name on the street.
Exactly.
I'll be offended without even saying that to me. If I'm the sole breadwinner,
Yes.
okay, and my wife's at home, brother, I ain't lifting a finger. I don't even want to know where the salt is.
For example, if a woman has now had a baby, yeah, and you are working 40 hours a week, would you not help your wife around the house? She's like, can you please help me with the dishes?
Yes, I will say to her, of course, Habibti, I'll do the dishes. By the way, you got the rent this week.
You're taking the mick.
Okay. And furthermore, if my 40 hours that I work per week covers everything in the household, okay, and you want to work, not only will I not be involved in the household chores, I will expect you to contribute towards the household bills. Homeless and
your
foodless.
duty is placed upon you from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
My duty, no, because in Islam, as a woman, we have rights. And if you want your house clean, hire me a maid.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs? Why?
And inshallah khair, if you want a wife that's going to help you financially, you should talk about that before you get married. I think that I would love the idea of a housewife, but I'm probably always going to have my hand in some bags just because that's who I am. So just know that when I really need a break, I do need a break. And I know you don't want a break from some of this. So I'm going to need you to cut it on back and readjust for us.
From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
My duty, no, because in Islam, as a woman, we have rights. And if you want your house clean, hire me a maid.
I just can't see myself
Where's
debating
the budget?
a woman that I've met and I've now married her, and we're sitting down in the house after I've worked my ass off, and I'm debating this woman saying, can you clean, please?
Like, this is why I invite. Look, let me be honest. This is the reason I was double-minded about inviting you. Let me be very honest here. We're men to men, okay?
Yeah. I agree with Sister Amira.
Yeah.
She said that you should marry them, that you should hire a maid. If you want me to clean, I agree. I'll hire the maid and I'll marry the maid.
Ya Rabbi. Let's breathe. Let's just breathe all together. The massage. Hey.
In the UK, it is illegal for you to get a second wife, but you can have a mistress and a girlfriend beside you. Calm. Excuse me, I can't have a second wife that I'm going to honor and respect and look after and provide for her and treat her like my wife, but I can have a mistress and girlfriend. This is nonsense. Some people come and say to me and go, oh, you only became a Muslim because of the second, third, fourth wife. As a Muslim, if I get married to the first wife, I have to speak to her father, protect, provide, give her dowry, pay for everything, even if she's rich. And then if I get a second wife, I have to do the same. And now let's take me as a non-Muslim. No rules and regulations, and I can do whatever I like. Which one's easier?
It's hard enough keeping one woman happy. If you
It blows my mind how culturally in the West and clearly several other places, you can date two girls at one time legally. But if you want to commit to them via contract and have her have rights as well, that's gone too far. We can have kids together. We can have a whole Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey situation. But committing? Instead, we're going backwards. Florida. One word.
your wife, I want to bring her into the family. How's that going?
You better see that knife. Matrix. If any woman comes to me and says, I'm okay with my husband getting a second wife, trust me, they're bluffing. Trust me.
You also have to share your resources with multiple women.
It depends if you have game. If you got game and don't have money, sign up to my course. No, joking.
Okay. I know a few girls who are actually down, especially when they're at 30 and they're just like, you know what, I got my own plans. Like, if he's cool to do his thing, like work and be busy and inshallah give me an even amount of time to where I don't have to clean, I don't have to work as much, a lot of women would take that. So I don't know why he says you're bluffing, because maybe he just ain't met the right woman. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. I hope he ain't married.
The issue is a man who can't lead will always be frustrated by a strong woman. A man who can't lead will always be aggravated by someone who doesn't just kowtow to him just because he is a man. And we are, first of all, we're human beings. You're thinking human being. All of us are autonomous. You don't go to work and think that someone should kowtow to you or someone should do, but you treat women this way, right? And what happens, every single one of those situations, a man exposes himself as not a leader. Why is she not submitting to me? What is she submitting to? Let's start asking questions. Are you leading? Where are you leading? What are you leading? What is your mission statement for yourself? Not that you have to have one, but where do you see yourself going at? What is your mission statement as a husband? What is your job as a husband? Well, I'm supposed to be
the leader, the head.
No, so many want to be Christ, like Christ is to the church, but really what they want to be is God. And so what they want to do is develop hells when they really should be sacrificing themselves for their wives until she is healed. You see what I'm saying? Now, not whole sacrifices. I know a lot of people's going to see that and cringe and think that, well, the man does all the work. No, the man does all the work first. That's what leaders do. Leaders take the most arrows in the back. Leaders trailblaze. Leaders go first. And so if you want something out of your woman, you show her.
Are you leading?
Exemplify that.
Are you leading?
Let her follow you.
And that's why it's like a second wife.
And you say,
But a lot of sisters, you know, if they have choices for multiples, they might do. Shukran. Thank you everyone for watching thus far. I hope you subscribed. I think I'm gonna do a part 2, so make sure to follow, make sure to comment your points of views, and follow everywhere at Kalima of Wisdom.